Welcome back to my kitchen, guys. Today we're going to be making some beef short ribs. My goodness.
I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop.
So I'm going to start by removing the excess fat that's on the meat because I prefer to have my meat without it. But if you prefer to have it left on, then that's entirely up to you. But for me, yeah, we got to get rid of that. Now, oh my god, look at the amount of meat. This was such a good rib. Like, you get some that's not so meaty, but these ones are really meaty. So I'm just gonna season these now with some all-purpose seasoning, some garlic granules, and some onion granules. Just making sure I give that a good rub on both sides, just to make sure, you know, that's just well seasoned all the way through. Once you've seasoned it, you can leave it in the fridge for a few hours, which is what I did, or you can leave it up to 24 hours, but I don't really think it needs it. Now what I like to do, I like to flavor, I like an oniony flavored oil. So this is entirely optional. You do not have to do this, or you can fry the onions, take them out, but you know what, I'm just throwing everything in. So I'm just literally putting the meat in bone side up, just to caramelize, get a good sear on the sides of the meat. What I'm doing, I'm just literally moving the onions out of the way, because you know eventually they're gonna start to burn. But if you do decide to do it this way, don't really worry about the onions too much, because you'll see later on down that I'm gonna remove them. So don't worry that you're gonna think, oh, I'm gonna be eating burnt onion. No, you're not gonna be eating burnt onions, because you know you remove it. But as I said, this method is completely optional. You do not have to do this. Make sure you turn your meat all the way around so all sides get seared. Just make sure you remove all these onions bits, because they will burn. But don't worry, that onion didn't go to waste, as I had it on a good old hot dog. Yum. Anyway, back to business. So after you've seared your meat, I'm just gonna go in now with some onions, and once it's fried up a little bit, I'm just gonna go ahead and put in some tomato puree. And make sure when you add your tomato puree, this is about a tablespoon of tomato puree, make sure you fry this off for a bit, because if not, you will end up with this like tiny bittery taste in your food. But once your tomato puree has been cooked through, you will not have that problem. So once you're happy that your tomato puree has been cooked through, I did this for about 3 to 4 minutes. I'm just gonna go ahead and just give the pot a good old toss, and I'm gonna go ahead with about half a bottle of Guinness stout. Now once I add this, I'm just gonna crank the heat up and allow it to reduce by at least half. Once it's been reduced by half, I'm gonna go ahead and add some thyme, and some beef stock. Allow this to come to a boil, and what I did was to cover the pot with foil paper and then put the lid on, and I literally turn the cooker on low heat and allow this to this took about, I'd say, between 4.5 to 5 hours because it was on really low heat. What I forgot to say earlier was make sure before you cover your pot that you put enough liquid that it covers the entire meat, or else you will have some cooked. You don't want the bottom of your meat cooked and the top is still tough. For it to cook evenly, you will need to do that. Make sure after, say, about 4 hours, make sure you test your meat to see how soft it is. I like when my meat gets really soft, and I know others won't, but I like my meat to the point where it's literally falling off the bone. So I've just gone in now with some chopped carrots and potatoes just to add a little body to this dish. Now at this point I'm not going to put the foil paper back on because this was maybe about half an hour before it all finished. I tasted the pot. Make sure you taste your food when you're cooking. I tasted the pot and it could do with a little bit more seasoning, so I just went in with maybe about 1.5 teaspoons of all-purpose seasoning. I'm just going to literally let that boil and reduce. Add more seasoning if you wish, it's according to your taste, but I like to taste and see what I need in there. Now I'll boil this for about 10 to 15 minutes, and I realized, I've got quite a lot of liquid in it. So what I did was just to get a ladle and remove some of the excess liquid in there. Now I'm going in now with some barbecue sauce, just to give it that barbecue flavor. And I put about 2 tablespoons of honey. What the honey will do, it will just take away some of the bitterness from the stout. Now just allow this to reduce, and this is the final result. I served it up. This was my Sunday dinner, Jamaican style. We gotta have the rice and peas, but this came out absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.